Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So like and share this episode. And P.S. by the way, don't forget. Don't forget. This is brand new. Bestseller. And this is old, but still a bestseller. So I got 2 best-selling books on Amazon.com, baby. You know what I'm talking about, man? See, they say we couldn't do it, man. We did it, man. We did it. We got 2 best-selling books on Amazon.com, baby. They say we couldn't do it, man. We did it. We did it, man. We did it, man. 2 best-selling books on Amazon.com. They say you can't do it. You can't do it. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. People are always projecting their beliefs and ideas on you. So sometimes, this is why they say sometimes you got to believe in yourself more than anybody else, or you should believe in yourself more than anybody else. And other people's opinions shouldn't matter more than yours. Remember that. What people think of me doesn't matter much. What I think of myself matters more than anybody else. Always keep that in mind. And nobody loves me as much as me. I love me some me. I'm telling you, man. You got to always keep that shit in mind, man. Well, tell me where you're from. Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Nobody loves me as much as me. Yo, what's up? DC in the building. DC, baby. You doing the D? I thought I was coming to DC next weekend, but no, I heard from Virginia Beach to DC is 3 hours. Well, I play the game. What choice we have, man? Our parents brought us in this world. We didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? We have parents. It starts. This shit started when I was in school, man. It started when I was in the 5th grade. When I was in the 5th grade, man, that's when I realized that something ain't right out here, man. It started when I was in the 5th grade, bro. I didn't know what was going on, but I like whatever's going on, something ain't right out here. I was in the 5th grade for the first time. I'm willing to play my game, because if I play the game the way I want to play, I know I'm going to win. But if I play somebody else's game, I'm going to lose. That's usually how it go. We've seen this play out many times. Whether it's on your job, whether it's you're conducting business, whether you name anything. You playing somebody else's game, you're gonna lose. Or you ain't gonna get the results that you want. So that ain't no win. If you break even, that ain't no win. It ain't a loss, but it ain't no win. If you go to court, you probably gonna lose. If you have to go to trial, you know what I'm saying? We've seen this play out many times. Everybody knows an innocent person that went to jail, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Everybody knows somebody like that. Everybody knows somebody like that. The best thing you can do is just don't get caught up. If you know the rules to their game, the best thing you can do is don't get caught up. Don't get caught in the web. Like my mom used to say. Look, when I was in the 5th grade, I told this story before. I never told my parents about it though. Because me and a friend of mine, rest in power to him, man. My friend Jermaine, we was in class together. I think it was math class. It was math class together. And we were getting hundreds every week. Bow, 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 bow. Hundreds every week, right? And all of a sudden, the teacher said, "Hey, I need y'all to come see me at 1:30 during recess." Now that's recess time for us. If you've been to school before, you know what recess time is. Recess time is the free time where you're outside, you're playing, you're doing whatever. We had to go see her during the recess time. I'm like, what for? We didn't know, right? So we go to see her during the recess time in her office. She was like, "Hey, y'all been making a lot of hundreds." And she's like, I think y'all cheating. That's exactly what she said. "I think y'all cheating on the tests. But y'all getting all hundreds." So we look at each other like, what? You know, what the hell going on? This lady. I gotta turn this computer off. Yeah, so she was like, "I think y'all cheated. I think y'all cheating. Y'all making hundreds and nobody else making hundreds." Oh yeah, what? Are you serious? She was dead serious. So what happened is, now we sitting by each other, right, during the class, right? I'm like, we didn't really know what to say when she made a statement like that. I'm like, should we tell the principal or I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we made a deal, me and my friend Jermaine. Say, "Hey, next week you're gonna get one answer wrong. And the week after, I'll get one wrong." And on and on and on. So this white teacher won't think that we're cheating. And not only that, we made a deal not to tell our parents, and we're not going to sit by each other in the classroom. That's the deal we made until we had 2 more months until we were done with that class. And then we moved on to the 6th grade. And that's when I realized that there's some bullshit going on out here. I shouldn't be having to deal with this type of shit. I'm in the 5th grade. I got to deal with some old crazy white teacher talking about we cheating in the class and she don't got no proof or anything. That's just how she feel. You know, like, what the hell's going on, man? You know, so this started when I was in school, man, 5th grade, when I knew something ain't right out here. So this starts early. This didn't start when I graduated high school and went to college and went in the military. No, this started early. And then I graduated and went to junior high, 6th grade. And something else happened again too. By the time I got to the 9th grade, a couple things happened. I was in the English class, and we had 30 something people in the class. Everybody failed. Everybody failed in class. Everybody failed except for 2 people. 2 people. And let me tell you why everybody failed in the English class. Because this woman was teaching college English. She was teaching us college English. And she wasn't teaching out the book. She was like, fuck that book. I'm teaching what I want to teach. And the principal couldn't do nothing with this woman. This lady was so cold with it. She wouldn't listen to the principal. She wouldn't listen to other teachers. She wouldn't listen to no staff members. She didn't listen to nobody. Look, let me tell you something. I went from A's and B's to F. When I got an F on my report card, my mom was like, oh, hell no, I'm going down there. That was a red flag. Because, see, I was telling my mom and my dad what was going on with that class, with my English class at the time. When I got an F, they're like, oh, hell no, They went down to that school and talked to the principal, and the principal couldn't do nothing with that damn teacher. I overheard the principal talking to Miss Stone. Anybody that watches this video that I went to high school with, they remember Miss Stone. Miss Stone was talking to the principal like she was just another employee. The principal couldn't do nothing with this woman. The parents came down there. I think somebody might have jumped on Miss Stone. One of them parents might have jumped on her, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see it, but I heard Miss Stone kind of got slapped up by one of the parents of the kids, and everybody failed except for 2 people, and I had to go to summer school for the first time ever. So think about this a second. I went from A's and B's to F, and I had to go to summer school. And Miss Stone, check this out. Miss Stone didn't get fired because what I didn't know at the time is they got teachers unions. And teachers unions are strong. I didn't know that. She got transferred. She didn't get fired. She got transferred. But we didn't have to deal with her no more. Now, I ended up going to summer school. And when I went to summer school, you gotta look at it like this. My school was 97% black, the students. I had 5 white teachers the whole from 6th grade. From 5th grade to 12th grade, I had 5 white teachers. And the students were 97% black. I can remember all the white students' names still to this day, right? So I never went to a majority all-white school until I went to summer school, because I had to go to Georgetown High because my school didn't have summer school. So when I went to Georgetown High, I realized that, oh, this shit different over here. This shit different. See, at Georgetown High, in my class, I can't speak for nobody else's class. The white students just do anything in the class. Throwing paper and all kind of shit. Throwing the damn the football in the class. It's doing whatever in the class. A black student couldn't do shit. The teacher would jump on them in a heartbeat at Georgetown High. So I'm just observing because I ain't never been to Georgetown High. This is my first time. So I'm like, oh, that's how it is here. See, my cousin went to Georgetown High. And that's when I realized that his self-esteem and my self-esteem is different. Because that's what he had to deal with for 12 years, going to Georgetown High and Georgetown Middle and Elementary and all that shit. I didn't have to deal with all that, with the stuff he dealt with the teachers and all that bunch of shit. I only had one bad experience, and that's it. The rest of my experiences with teachers were great. No problem. You know what I'm saying? I realized that there were double standards for this type of kid, and there were different rules for this type of kids, and on and on and on. So I realized that in school, man, it starts early. It's not. It's just it don't start when you become an adult. I mean, you can try to fit in if you want, but everybody ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And if you have to defend yourself at a school or something like that, shit, you ain't gonna have nobody to talk to about it. And you're never gonna get the benefit of the doubt. I remember I had a situation. We didn't stick around to find out what happened, to be honest. But it was a situation where we had to whip somebody's ass. Some people said, just walk away. Bro, they kept following us. You can't walk away from everything. Look, a lot of people don't realize this is where a lot of old people are kind of out of touch with the people that we're dealing with out here. These people are uncivilized out here. You dealing with a bunch of degenerates. You can't talk to everybody and have a civilized conversation and think that they're gonna listen. Some people, man, you might have to put the pause on them. And if you have, and my dad told me, if you have to put the pause on them, and when you come home, I need you to tell me exactly what happened, so I will know how to deal with it. That's how I was raised. It's like I don't want to hear about what you should have done and this and that. I need to tell me A to Z. Tell me exactly what happened with the other boy or the other girl while you was at school. That's how I was raised. That's how my parents handled it. And once I told them my side of the story, then they took it from there. And whether they had to talk to another parent or principal, whatever. And as an adult, you don't want to get violent. You want to avoid it. You want to avoid it if possible. You know what I'm saying? But it just doesn't work like that way. We don't live in a perfect world. So whenever I see people online say, hey, just walk away. Oh, he went too far. Look, man, he should have never put his hands on me either. What about that? How come you don't say, hey, he shouldn't have put his hands on that man? Why I gotta be the bigger person all the time? Why the standards is high for me, but it's low for him when he started and instigated the whole thing? You know what I'm saying? It's just too much ass kissing going on out here. No, man, no. That's why when I've seen this firsthand, if somebody has to get violent in a certain situation, as far as defending themselves, they do what they got to do, and they usually break out because they know in most cases, if they stick around and wait for the police gonna walk in there and put the cuffs on them. So a lot of people say, man, why even put myself through any of that stuff? Well, I ain't gonna get the benefit of the doubt, because it doesn't. I never seen it. You can have a car accident, and the cop show up. You might have called the cop, and the cop show up. The cop go to the other people that didn't call the cops. So how you gonna? You can't win. So this is why I always say you got to do what's best for you, regardless of the situation. And you can't live for other people. That ain't gonna work. Everybody's gonna have an opinion. What you should have done. Well, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. What? You tell me what I should have done. Well, I don't know, but you shouldn't have done that. See, that's how that is. So if y'all notice the effect it has on Black students in this environment, why does the Black community ostracize us? Because they're a bunch of ass kissers. That's it. That's the answer to that. A bunch of butt kissers. They worried about they gotta work with those people at their jobs. And see, here's the thing. When you work with people, different groups of people at your job, they're gonna ask you questions. Hey, what do you think about OJ? They're gonna ask you the latest and the most controversial stuff in the news. And these people that they work around, they gotta hear these type of questions, hear these type of stories. And that's where a lot of that stems from. Yeah, that's where a lot of that stems from. See, some people can't separate their personal relationships and their working relationships. Some people can't do it. I can, but most people can't. It's kind of like we see this all the time. I see it all the time. It's like if you talk, I saw the other day, it was a guy. Oh, I give you a good example. A couple months ago, there was the Mexican cop in Texas. I think it was Houston. Said some bullshit online about black people, this and that, or whatever, right? And I think I was listening to a show. Somebody called in. He was talking to a Mexican girl. I think it was his wife or girlfriend or whatever. And he said he listened to what the Mexican cop was saying, and he couldn't even give a logical opinion on what the cop was saying because he's too biased. He's too biased and they asked him, hey, you got a Mexican girlfriend by any chance? And he said, yeah. So his decision making and opinion is so biased, he couldn't even separate the two. So most people are like that. They'll justify bad behavior. I don't do that. I can separate the two. I just use logic. I don't let my emotions take me over. And, no, I just never been like that. Look, there's people that have seen some of my videos online. They didn't like it. And they didn't talk to me no more. Because whatever I said in the video, it either pertained to them or something that involved them at some point, or maybe they were talking to, had friendships with a certain group of people, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And this is what people have came back and told me. They didn't say it to me directly, but they don't talk to me no more. And it's because they saw some of my videos on here. They didn't like what I was saying, and that was the end of that relationship. And that's okay. I mean, I look at it like, well, shit, we probably weren't really friends in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping at all. Well, that's usually how it go, man. You know what I'm saying? No, it starts early. It starts early as a kid. Things will happen, and you don't really know why it's happening. It's kind of like, I'm like, yo, what's up with that? I remember I saw a couple months ago. It's a daycare center being sued. I think this is somewhere. I think this is in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a daycare center being sued because they're neglecting the black kids at the damn daycare center. Well, think about that for a second. And they had video footage of this, and somebody took pictures. I don't know who it was. Somebody took video footage and pictures of what was going on. The black kids were starving in the daycare center. And I think the only reason they found out about it because the kids started complaining how hungry they was by the time the parents picked them up. And they had the white kids separate from the black kids. The white kids were starving. And somebody was suing. That's how it got out into the media. It made the news. It was a lawsuit. And some reporter put them on blast. Stuff like that. It starts early, bro. It starts when you're a kid. When we're kids, bro. You don't know what's going on, but you know something ain't right. You know something ain't right. That's what you know. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And then as you get older, more things start to happen. I got my license, and I got stopped by a mean racist cop, boy. I was like 17. And I'm like, hey, man, why are you talking like this? God damn. Is this necessary? I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I like, bro, I'm only 5 miles over the speed limit. Jesus Christ. I said, this is how it is. I see why people go to jail. If this is how a lot of these cops get down. Damn. And that's when I went home and I talked to my dad for the first time about a lot of this shit. Like real talk, not some school shit. And I'm like, hey, man, you got to tell me what the heck going on out here, man. I got stopped today. And see, in a lot of these towns, they have zero tolerance, meaning that you can't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can't go over 5. You can't, you know what I'm saying? That's that type of shit. You can't get caught with anything. So my dad, he told me the real deal for the first time. How he grew up, what to do, how to move, what to say, what not to say. Player shit. Things that I can really use to my advantage. Certain places you don't go to. And if you do go there, you better know somebody there. You better know some movers and shakers there. And a lot of this stuff, it transcends just your everyday life. It helps me with relationships, everything. You know what I'm saying? There's 4 types of people you're going to meet. 4 types of people you're going to meet on this planet. And I wrote about it. Well, I just wrote about it. I just wrote about it for the first time. It's here. I just wrote about it for the first time. 4 types of people you're going to meet in this world, man. Whether you man, woman, it don't matter where you live, don't matter what language they speak, it don't matter. There's 4 types of people you're going to meet out here. No matter how old you are, how young you are, what language you speak, what your culture, where you live, it don't matter. There's 4 types of people you're going to meet out here. Online, offline, it don't matter. And I never forgot that talk that day. I was 17 years old. I was 17 years old, man. And this and something else happened too. I got stopped again. Well, no, I got stopped, but it was a roadblock this time. Now, by this time, I was in the military by this time. So I'm home on vacation, right? And when I'm home on vacation, I'm driving my mom's car, right? And I'm going through a roadblock. I'm like, cool, whatever. I got my license. Everything's straight. I'm not drinking, and I don't smoke, right? So I'm going through a roadblock. And you go through a roadblock, the cops, they check your license plate, and your license. You get married, thing, boom, boom, bam. Boom. All right, have a nice day, right? It didn't happen like that with me. Not that day. When the cop ran the license plate, the shit said a blue BMW. And I'm like, yo, the cop was like, this don't look like no BMW to me. I was like, yo, that's my brother's car. So this damn dummy got the license plate mixed up on the 2 cars. You big dummy. I mean, come on, man. How the fuck you get the license plate mixed up on the 2 cars? Because what happened is my brother bought my mom a car at the time. And he got the insurance on the car. And somehow he got the plates mixed up on his car and her car. So I get a ticket for that, for having the wrong plates on the car. Now, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm in the military at the time. I'm leaving in the morning, actually. And going through that roadblock, it was like 6. It was around this time right here, like 7:30, 8-ish. So I get the ticket. I'm like, yo, man, I don't know. I said, yo, man, I'm in the military, bro. I'm leaving tomorrow. I ain't gonna be able to take care of none of this ticket. Could you give me a break, man? You know what I'm saying? He said, no. Fuck all that Navy shit. I don't give a damn. He's like, yo, you getting this ticket today. That's what he told me. That's what the cop told me. He's like, no, you getting this ticket today. He said, tell your brother to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So I got the ticket. I called my brother immediately. Right afterwards. And he was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. That type of shit. That's all I heard. So I said, yo, man, I leave in the morning. You gonna take care of this? Yeah, I got it, bro. I got it. So I leave. I gave the ticket to my mom. I said, hey, give this to him. You got to come and take care of this shit. I explained to my mom what happened and everything, you know. So she like, all right, cool. So this is 98 now. This is 1998. So I get out 2000. So 2005, 2006, I get in an accident in North Carolina. And the cop was like, yo, your license is revoked. I'm like, what? You bullshit. You know, your license revoked. He said, come back here, I'll show you. So he put my license number in the computer. That shit came back red and said revoked. I said, wait a minute, man. When did it happen? He was like 1998 and such date. And that's exactly when I went through the roadblock. And I was telling the cop, yo, my brother was supposed to take care of that shit because I was in the military at the time. And he was like, yo, he's like, I don't know what happened, but shit didn't get done. So I had to go to court. I had to go to court for the accident. And then I had to go to court for my license to get reinstated. And then I called my brother again and told him what happened. He's like, oh, no. Hey, I told my deputy sheriff buddy what was going on. He didn't do it, but I don't know. You know, that type of bullshit. This motherfucker's useless. I was like, you gonna take care of it? Oh, I'm gonna take care of it. You know what he told me? I'll get back to you, bro. Damn! I learned something new about him that day. I learned that he's not really reliable. You can't really depend on him in crunch time. Yeah, so, and I never depended on him ever again since that time, either. You know, I never depended on him. You got to have a plan B. You fucking with him, he'll leave you hanging. So I had to go to court and check this out. When I went to when I went to court, and this is another thing that this is when I realized that the court system was rigged. Now check this out. Now I got an attorney near me. I got an attorney near me. And the attorney representing me, he got 5 other people, right? He got 5 other people in there, in the courtroom, right? So this first time this happened to me, right? The other people, I don't know what the fuck. One dude was telling me he got a DUI and he almost killed somebody, some other shit. One guy got, it was another guy got I don't remember, some other shit. Yeah. But I realized that it was people in the courtroom had a similar situation as me. They didn't get off. Well, you don't know them motherfuckers, but some of the motherfuckers had to. I had to come back. Yeah, they rescheduled my shit. I had to come back, and they said pay this court fee on your way out. I'm like, what? What? Why I got to come back anyway? I just paying right now. Come on, man. I had to come back 3 times for that shit. And every time I had to come back, I had to pay court fees. Now, check this out. After the first time, the second time, my attorney told me I didn't have to go. I got it. You don't got to show up no more. Right? He lied. So I had to go back 2 years later. And my license was still revoked. I had to take care of shit on my own this time, the third time. So he took my money and do shit. And this is when I realized that you might have an attorney, but is he really going to represent you to the fullest? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. It doesn't matter how much money you got either. Is he really going to represent you to the fullest? Because, see, a lot of these attorneys are buddies. Attorneys are buddies with the DA. The DA and all them buddies with the judge. They go to the golf course together. These are country club attorneys, man. So they got their own little club. They don't know you. Don't give a damn about you. They just want your money. They just want to make money off of you. So whether you paying court fees or going to jail, they're making money off you. So whenever we get in a jam and we need some legal representation, we're kind of up shit's creek. We're in trouble. Because probably your best bet is to find an attorney that's outside of that city or that town or that state. That's gonna be your best bet. But if the attorney, if it's a local attorney, man, they know everybody. So they ain't about to mess up their country club membership for you. Hell no. And they be wanting you to settle a lot. So most of the time, man, we're in a bad situation when we got some legal problems. You can have millions of dollars and still end up in jail. And it could be based on a lie or a scam. You have 5 people with the same attorney. You got a first-time offender. He could go to jail for the first. You got a guy. Think about this for a second. You might have a guy that was an outstanding student, captain of the football team, captain of the basketball team, 3-star athlete, about to go to college, scholarship, NIL deal, etc. He make one wrong mistake, they want to throw him under the fucking jail, man. That's when you know the shit is rigged, bro. And then you got a guy, the other guy, he in and out of jail, bad student, bully, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. His whole high school and college, in and out of jail. When he get out of college, in and out of jail. You be like, how does this motherfucker keep getting out of jail like that? He ain't never been to prison, but he's in and out of jail. You got a guy that got gun charge, dope charge, weed, everything, all kind of charge. And then you got some guy that a first-time offender with a gun charge, he goes prison 2 to 5 years. But the other guy in and out of jail, in and out of jail. And you know what I learned? That guy in and out of jail is an informant. Yeah. He's an informant. You ever seen the movie In Too Deep? Like that. That's how you in and out of jail like that. It's kind of like this. If I come to your house and pick you up and we're driving down the road in your car and we get stopped, I go to jail and I find out that they let you go, I'll be a little suspicious. I'm like, wait a minute, man, that motherfucker came pick me up in my house in his car. I gotta pay to get out of jail, and he don't. Man, that's a setup, man. That's a setup, bro. And this type of shit happens all the time, by the way, with people. They get hit with conspiracy charges and all kind of shit. I'm like, man, this motherfucker came to pick me up. And he set me up, man. Why would he do a thing like that, man? I didn't have to go with him. I could have been home just chilling. That's why you gotta watch the company you keep. That's why I don't ride in anybody's car. I got my own car. Shit. I've never been one to be jumping in nobody else's car. That ain't never been me. My dad told me this shit early in the game. This is how a lot of rappers get set up. They get gun charges because somebody in their crew, it could be security, got cases and they're trying to get off. So they'll sell the rapper out to get off, to have their case dismissed. This is why a lot of rappers, a lot of entertainers don't want no security. They don't want none. They rather have their buddies do security. Because security, they're going to tell or set you up. That happens a lot. The game is cold out here, man. Yeah. So see, I got this type of my dad told me a lot about this shit when I was growing up early, when I was a teenager. And by the time I got out the military, oh shit, man, I was like, you couldn't really fool me with much. But I really seen damn near everything while I was in the military. I seen how vicious people could be when I was in there, all over the world, not just in America. Is that the brother that was secretly depressed? No, not him. The brother that was secretly depressed, oh, he was a motherfucker. Man, my brother, he was the shit, bro. My brother that committed suicide, yo, he was the shit, bro. Oh man, I'm more like I'm more like him than anybody in my family. I looked up to him, man. I looked up to my brother, man. He was like an age. If he was living, he would be. I'm the youngest, and he would be like right in front of me. If he was living today, he would be 57. Yeah, I looked up to him growing up. He was the shit, bro. That's why I don't understand what happened. They keep putting commercials in your stream. Oh, that's okay. I'll get back to you. Yeah, he said I'll get back to you. Yeah, and he never done anything. I remember you saying, "Yeah, man, he was a shit, bro. Man, he had everything that I ever inspired to be and have, bro. At an early age. Yeah, bro. He retired. He retired by the age of 30. Think about that. A 30-year-old retiring? Come on, man. My mom never recovered from that shit, man. My mom never recovered from that shit. I never recovered from it. Probably would have been in movies. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro. He knew people all over the country. West, East Coast, West Coast, South, North, everywhere, bro. If he was living today, do you realize what we be doing? Shit. Come on, man. We probably be doing movies together. We probably be on here doing this together. If he was living, more than likely, we'd be doing books together. I'm doing books by myself, bro. If he was living, we'd be doing book together. Come on, man. Come on, man. Never recover from good family members dying. No, you don't. You don't. You just gotta find a way to live with it. It's a natural part of life, you know. But I think it's just it just happens. It happens so fast, unexpectedly. You're just not prepared for it. That's the thing. But it's just a part of life. It's gonna happen to all of us. All of us got to go at some point. You don't know when you don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. You don't know how it's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Guaranteed. That's how it is. You just have to find a way to deal with it and live with it. And you got to look at the good times. Think about all the good times while they were here. When you spent time around him. He had a lot of influence on me. You see that painting on the back? That's the type of shit that he had. He used to paint just like that. I got another painting in the other room. It's similar to that. But he was an artist. He was a barber, an artist, and a mechanic. Those were his main skill sets. He was the type of guy that could build a car from scratch. I'm talking about from scratch. He could build a car from scratch, from the ground, from the frame up. He could weld the frame, put everything together, put the engine together, put the cam on the engine together, put the electrical parts together, from the fuel system. He was one of them type of cats. And then once the inside was done, he would get the rims together, do all the body work, the paint work, everything. He was that type of guy. And that's who I was around growing up. We was around each other more than anybody else in the family. I was around him more than anybody else because we were close. We were close in age more than anybody else. And that's where I learned a lot of game from him. Just socializing with people. You know, and we used to go to car shows, bike shows, and I used to see people interact with him, men and women. And I was like, yo, he's kind of, he's a little different than everybody else. Yeah, he's a little different than everybody else in the family, you know. Yeah, he was different. The phone was always blowing up. Because you got to remember, back then, there wasn't no cell phones. Back then. So it was home phone, landlines, analog. So the phone was blowing up all the time. Women calling from all over the country. North, South, East, West, Florida, Texas, California, Washington State. St. Louis. Something about St. Louis. There's a lot of women calling from St. Louis, man. I don't know what the hell's going on in St. Louis, man. There's a lot of women calling him from St. Louis back in the day. There's something about St. Louis he liked. I don't know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man, those were some days, man, that it's like a blueprint stamped in my mind. I'm never gonna forget the times that I spent around my brother. I'm telling you. And you know what funny thing is, some of the stuff that I do, I realized that I picked up from him. I picked up from him without even having to really think about it. Yeah, smash the like button. This is the first time I did a live like this in a long time. Maybe he was a DJ. Not really, but he did some parties, but not really not a full-fledged DJ. He did like small little parties, but not major. You know what I'm saying? Because he could hook up sound systems and cars and all that shit. I'm telling you, he could put a whole car together. Yeah, but he had some skills, but he didn't dive that deep in DJing like that. Yeah, not like that. Yeah, because back then it was vinyl records. He was the first person I heard play Michael Jackson, Thriller. He was the first person in the house that played Michael Jackson, Thriller. The album at the time. And then it was Al Green. You know what I'm saying? And then it was Prince. And then it was Houdini. One love, bam, bam, bam. One love, bam, bam, bam. One love. Yeah, he was the first person I heard play that type of music. In my household at the time, when I heard Houdini, I was like, yo, this is the shit, bro. The L. The O. The V. The E. Man, when I heard that shit, bro, I was like, yo, who the hell is that? Love. When I heard that shit, bro, I was like, yo, who's that, bro? Michael Jackson is one thing, but who's that? Them other dudes. And he was like, oh, Houdini, the group. I was like, oh, okay. And one of them guys passed away like 2 years ago. One of them passed away. Boy, and they came up with that first album, bro. That shit was a classic. When it came, then the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. Yo, bro. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. Well, they had a couple songs on that album that were classics. Friends. How many people have them? Friends. How many? But they had a couple. But they had a couple hits on that album. I know I'm reminiscing. You know. I'm telling my age now. Rock Creek Park. Oh, that's probably what, in DC somewhere. But they had a couple hits on that album, boy. Friend, bam, 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 bam. Well, if you had a sound system in your car with some speakers, boy, that shit was hitting, boy. My brother had two. No, I think it was 3 12s in his car at the time. So you know that thing was hitting, boy. Bam, 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 bam. The whole damn car was shaking. Bum, 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 bum. He had a damn one of the cars he had was a Chevy, what kind, a 1950 something, 1957 Chevelle. It was candy red, candy apple red, Chevelle, 1957. With I don't know what kind of rims it was. I'm telling you, boy. Friends, bam, 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 bam. He had that with three 12-inch speakers in the back with an amplifier and all that shit, boy. I'm telling you, man, that shit. It was some West Coast type shit, you know. But later on I learned that they started lowriders. That started on the East Coast. Yeah, it didn't. I thought lowriders started on the West Coast. They said no. What happened is people from the South went to the West Coast. That's what happened. We ended up selling them when he passed away. Because nobody knew how to do mechanic work. So you gotta upkeep. You gotta keep them cars up. They broke down every once in a while. That's just what it is. And nobody could fix them cars like that around the way at the time. My mom kept going, taking it to Georgetown to get it fixed, but it took it was a lot of money. One thing go out, the next go out, the next go out, the next go out. They're like, damn. So it was a white guy that came and made an offer the first time. My mom said no. I think he said, "Hey, I give you 20,000." He said no. My mom said no. He came back, and by the time he came back, it was already broken down around this time. So it was sitting in the yard. So he came back 3 years later. It was sitting in the yard, broken down. And this is a time when I was in the Navy at this time. So by the time I came back in 98, the car was gone. And my mom told me they gave her 30,000. Yeah, so that's what happened. Yep. And then we kept the second car. We kept that for a long time, and we ended up selling that too. The maintenance on these cars is it can be expensive if you don't know how to fix it. Even these luxury cars that you see at these car shows, the Maybach, the Ferraris, these damn cars is expensive. The maintenance is expensive on these cars. They don't tell you that when you buy them. If you don't make these Maybachs and Bentleys and Ferraris and Aston Martins, if you don't make 7 figures, you're not going to be able to keep these cars. You're not. It's just the maintenance is ridiculous. The prices are ridiculous. Damn. If you ain't making 7 figures, you're gonna have to, your car gonna be parked in the garage. I'm serious. That's why these cars, and they're not everyday cars. Ferraris and these are not everyday cars. And then, if you let them sit too long, the batteries go dead on your ass, and they broke down. So you got to make 7 figures to have these damn cars, man. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get rid of them. That's just the reality. Damn, all change might be $500. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn. I ain't got time for all that shit. Regular cars are getting expensive. Yeah, but not like them damn luxury cars. Yeah, not even close. The damn light might be $10,000. Shit. Man, the hell with that shit. Damn windshield. You might have to take that back to the dealership. You can't get no glass plus the come change your windshield. No, you might have to take that back to the dealership if your windshield get cracked. I mean, little stuff like that. Like lights, windshield, batteries go out. You might have to take that shit. You got to take that back to the dealership. Nobody know how to work on them shits. Every once in a while, you might have some German mechanic that claim he know how to do something. You take it to him, he like, I don't know. Man, I put it on the computer. I don't know. I don't know. That type of shit. You got to take it to the dealership, guy. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, that type of shit. He don't know what the fuck going on. He claim, he don't really know. You know. So you get like a Bentley or even the Benz, the big body Benz that costs over 100,000. Shit, man, you got to take that back to the dealership if something go wrong. For real. You got to make 7 figures to maintain these cars. Now I'll get a Beamer. You know, but anything else? Nah. I ain't got time for all that shit. And I'm not making 7 figures. So, it is what it is. You know, these cars are expensive. Maintain. I'm telling you. But hey, man, the game is cold out here. You know, it ain't fair, and it's not for the weak. You know, there's a lot of people out here. They like the way things are today because there's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of money in things being unfair, people being mistreated, and look, you got entire towns across this country being disenfranchised. Think about that. You got whole towns are being flipped. And then some being disenfranchised. Whole neighborhoods being disenfranchised. You got towns across this country. Most of the revenue comes from crime. People getting stopped, people going to court. Most of the money is generated like that from speeding tickets and people getting stopped. Most of the revenue comes from that in some of these small towns across this country. Yeah, so people like it. A lot of people like it like that. They like to see people They like to see a good person get railroaded. And everybody goes along with it. Everybody goes along with it. People you work with, they go along with it. People at the church go along with it. They like when a lot of people see it, people that you work with, especially, they see it as wins and losses. It's either a win or loss. They don't care how it happens, as long as they get the win. They don't care. They don't care they don't care where the money comes from, as long as they get the money. A lot of people think that way. They just don't. They won't tell you or how they feel about a lot of things. That's how they see it. They love to see people suffer, but they empower themselves. Yeah. People start to complain when things are being fair and just. That's when people start to complain. When they say stuff like, I heard somebody say something like, I forgot the phrase that they use. When they say, I forgot how they said it. But what that meant to me is that they're being held accountable. See, when a lot of people see it like this. If they can do something, a lot of people want to be able to walk around and do whatever they want without being held accountable. Period. If you can do what I can do, it's a problem. Because we ain't supposed to be equal, and it ain't supposed to be fair. If I can hold you accountable, no, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that again. If you can't hold me accountable, and I can hold you accountable, that's fair to me. That's fair to them. That's fair to them. Now, if it's equal, oh no. No, we gotta go back. We gotta make some new laws, some new public policies. We gotta look at the business side of things as well. Yeah, that's how that go. They don't want things to be they don't want things to be fair and just. No. If things are fair and just, it's a problem. No. There's millions of people that think like this. You work with people that think like this. You work with them every day. You say good morning and have a nice day and see you tomorrow. They're the main ones that they like it the way it is. They like it. This is why, check this out. This is why I don't let certain people come to my house. Because if I let certain people come to my house, they'll realize that, oh, this motherfucker is living better than me. And that's happened to me before. I made that mistake before. Because what happened is I'm not supposed to have shit. You're supposed to be living better than me based on your logic. Because everything has been set up against me to lose. And I realize that. I'm not a fool. You know what I'm saying? I realized that a long time ago. So I let you come to my house. You see how I'm living. See, I'm opening myself up to you. I could be sabotaged. And I've seen this happen to some of these rappers and entertainers. Now check this out. You got some of these rappers and entertainers, ball players, claim they from the streets, right? There's no fucking way you from the streets. If you let a fucking stranger off the internet come to your house and interview you, I don't know one street dude is gonna let a stranger off the internet come and interview them at their house. There's no fuck. And you keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, and you end up in jail over and over and over again. Ain't no street dude gonna make them same mistakes over and over again, buddy. So some of these rappers is liars. They ain't from no streets, buddy. Either you are a liar or you a degenerate fool, something. I don't know no street dude that gonna let nobody that interview him that came off the internet fly to his house to Atlanta, outside Atlanta, to interview him 2-3 times. He jammed up in a couple lawsuits now. He been to jail. Now he probably gonna go back to jail. How long does it take for you to learn? A street dude might do that one time. He'll get jammed up one time. That's going to be it. It ain't going to happen no more. It ain't happen no more. No, buddy. Some of these people that they be following, some of these rappers and entertainers that they claim they from the streets, they're not from those streets, bro, making mistakes like that. Even the nerds know better. Even I know better not to have some old stranger from off the internet fly to my house to interview me. I don't know him from a can of paint, and I'm gonna give him a tour of where I live. Oh hell no! You crazy? What type of fool do you think I am? Hell no! I ain't making millions of dollars, and I know better than that. A lot of things happened recently that tipped it over the edge. Yeah, but some of this shit, some of these people don't got no common sense, bro. Some of these people are dumb as rocks. They might make millions of dollars, but they dumb as rocks. They always high, they always drinking and high all the time out of their fucking mind and can't think for them damn selves. That's why they'll get some money and lose it all. The money come in and leave as fast as they get it. Because when they get a lawsuit, then they got to pay attorney millions of dollars. So the fastest they get the money in, it leaves. So you got some fools out here, man. Claim they from the streets. Man, this dude he ain't no street dude. No way. Street dudes ain't gonna have people starving around them while they make all the money. No. That's not, it don't work like street guys. Everybody eating. Ain't no one guy on the top, everybody else starving. Oh, no, No. No. Some of your favorite rappers, they be lying their ass off. These are not street guys at all. Not based on my experience. No. And a street dude, if he see that you have potential and you doing some fly shit, he ain't gonna really fuck with you like that. He gonna be like, hey, that dude right there, he handling his business. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing. He might give you a pound and keep it pushing. I see you when I see you. Keep doing your thing. He ain't gonna come hang out with you, tell you, hey, come ride with me. No, because he see the potential in you. He might have seen what you're doing online, or he might have seen what you're doing when you out and about. No. I don't know. You got a lot of fantasies and a lot of people selling dreams and fantasies online. These are not street dudes. These are a bunch of informants online and a bunch of idiots. That's what you have online. A bunch of degenerates. People they be high and drunk all the time. If I got you high and drunk all the time, yeah, I'm taking advantage of your ass too. This how you be. You can be the most famous person in the world, but you a fucking idiot. Because as fast as the money come in, it goes out. So you're the most famous person in the world, but you still got to work. At what? 58 years old, 60. You still got to work. Every weekend, you got to get on a plane and go and leave your family. At 60 years old, you're an old man. As famous as you are, you still got to get up and go. And every time I see you, you got a joint in your hand. Come on, man. And everybody that he signs a claim on a record label, all of them starving. And they be calling me for advice. I'm like, shit, if he can't help you, as famous as he is, I can't help you either. Shit. Come on. That's how you know it's bad leadership. By the way, you're getting high out your mind. If someone can get you high, keep you high all the time, and get you drunk, oh, it's a wrap. Three things that someone can do to you. They can leave and never come back. They get you high, drunk, and you confused about your sexuality. If those three things are in play, they can leave and never have to come back again. It's a wrap. If you're confused about your sexuality, you're high and you're drunk all the time, forget about it. Yeah, you can leave and never have to come back. You can come back 10 years later, that person is still going to be all fucked up and all over the place. Because they don't know who they are. They don't know if they want to be with a man or a woman. And they don't even know if they are a man or a woman. It's a wrap, buddy. You know, the game is cold out here. So I'm happy I had the parents that I had, because I know some people that didn't have the parents that I had. So hey, I've been on here for an hour, damn near an hour and a half, hour and 23 minutes. I didn't think I was going to be on that long. I didn't think my computer was going to last this long, to be honest. It held. But hey, like, share this video, and don't forget to check out our best-selling book, Love at First Click, on Amazon.com. 500 pages of game for that ass, baby. You know what I'm saying? Until next time, man, I'm out.